From Hemi beasts to electric bullets, let's plug in with Keel and talk about the 2022 Model Y performance. If you haven't already, you got to make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are doing tons of new videos. We have content coming all the time and we don't want you to miss it. Plus, we give away a $250 gas card to one lucky winner every month. It could be you just for subscribing. Hey everyone, it's Jenna from Keel Chrysler here, formerly known as Tesla Jenna. Now, I was known as Tesla Jenna because I worked for Tesla prior to coming to Keel Chrysler, and I sold some of the first Model 3s in Canada that were on the ground. So we are lucky enough today to be having this Model Y here, which I never got to sell, but I was constantly hounded about people asking about the smaller, more affordable Model X. Now, the similarities with the Model 3 are very deliberate, and I'm going to be going over the basics of the vehicle. We're going to hop inside, I'm going to check out the interior, the exterior, and then we're going to take her for a spin. So let's get to it. With Tesla's empire getting kickstarted from the Roadster and the likes of the Model S and the Model X, which were meant to fund a more affordable electric car for the public, which was in fact the Model 3. The hype for the Model 3, which was the smaller, more affordable Model S, was real, and people were always waiting though for the Model Y because they wanted a little bit more utility in the shape of an SUV. The Model Y was released with a dual motor all-wheel drive with two options, a long-range standard or a performance option. Now, if you do opt for the performance, your range will actually go down because you will be getting these 21-inch Uber turbine wheels, which reduces your range from 512 to 488 kilometers. That being said, what you lose in range, you make up for in performance with a 0 to 100 from 5 seconds down to 3.7 and a top speed of 250 kilometers. This performance model is strapped with performance brakes, a lowered suspension, and aluminum alloy pedals. Now, the entire Tesla lineup is designed to be as aerodynamic and as efficient as possible in terms of maintaining your range. Now, there's a handful of color choices that Tesla gives you when choosing your Model Y, but this one is featured in solid black. Now, when I was there were a couple other colors that got discontinued. So today, this one is featured in solid black, and I think it looks great with the design. Another feature for aerodynamics are the door handles, which were actually first featured on the Aston Martin, which are meant to limit any kind of resistance while easily popping open with your thumb and grip. Now, when I sold Model 3s brand new, there was actually chrome handles for the doors. Now it's all a chrome delete, which I think is a very progressive way in terms of getting into the new era where everybody wants their cars blacked out. Nobody really likes that chrome look anymore. Now, another thing that they've updated on the Model Y that they didn't actually offer on the Model 3 at first was the power liftgate. Now, this is super important. It actually led to a lot of upsells for me to get somebody into a Model S, but now they do have the power liftgate with the Model Y, along with a heated steering wheel, which I know a lot of Model 3 owners were not too happy about, but don't worry, the software update got you there. When we check out the trunk, we see a huge amount of space at hip level, making it even easier to get your cargo in and out of the vehicle with retractable rear seats with the touch of a button. And of course, the classically deemed front, where you see an empty engine bay with some storage space. The battery actually lines the bottom of the vehicle, giving it an even weight distribution and low center of gravity. Now, this is giving me massive deja vu right now because when the Model 3 reservation holders came, they actually got a chance to look at our showroom Model 3 at Tesla, and I had 30 seconds with each customer to give them a tour of the interior of a car that they had waited pretty much like a year for. So today we're going to take it slow though. Let's start with the door panel. This suede insert does help amplify the interior of the Model Y, which they added. That gives it a touch of luxury while still having the classic door handle of the 3-button pop open the door for you. And if the power ever cuts, you do have an emergency latch that you can pull open to get the door open. Now, the choice for this Model Y performance actually took the black interior. So you have a black interior or you have a white interior. The black interior gives you this open pore wood decor on the dash here, along with these vegan leather seats, which actually is polyurethane, easy to clean and easy to maintain. Now, I have to say the seats have definitely improved in terms of comfort. It seems like they've styled them a little bit nicer to hug your body a little bit better, and there's a few key differences in the interior that I made of note. The whole center console setup is much nicer with a better positioning for you to charge your phone with grooves to keep it in place. The entire thing has improved as well in terms of no more gloss black, which many people complain due to its high traffic usage that made it nearly impossible to not scratch. You'll notice the stock shifter actually comes from Mercedes-Benz and makes it as easy to drive the Tesla as a go-kart. Down to drive, up to reverse, and push into park. I'm sure it's been long enough that people have acclimatized to the center screen without an instrument cluster, but this 15-inch screen was the talk for a while when Tesla changed up their design from the Model S and the Model X. So one of the beautiful things about Tesla is they don't actually link the models to the years. The models stay the same, and it gets continuously updated with software updates, which keeps your apps up to date and your gear. It even goes as far as safety updates. For example, the cameras at the side were not accessible in the past, but with an update, the Tesla models were switched on and gave the driver even more visibility when driving. Now, I've driven brand new Model X performances, Model S performances, and Model 3 performances, but I have never gotten a chance to give this baby a rip. So we're gonna take it for a quick little spin, and I'm gonna boot it and see how this performance actually handles. Hi. So we're actually reversing right now. And actually, it's funny because the camera kind of shifted there. You can feel the regen braking. So when I lift off my foot, so my foot's actually off the pedal right now, and we're at an almost complete stop, and it's actually come to a hold. So the regen braking is incredible because it actually powers back into the battery and it gives you better range. And it actually is way more fun to drive because it gives you one pedal driving. Now, this being said, we are going to make sure that we are in sport mode for acceleration. We're gonna come back here, get ready. We're gonna shift into drive. And from 0 to 100, we are about to go. And it looks like we're about to go right now. Ready? 3, 2. Okay, it's there. I can feel it. The acceleration was there. I'm very impressed. I know that it went down to 3 seconds, 3.7 seconds or so, which is pretty incredible in terms of a takeoff. I have to say I'm much more impressed with the Model S, but I am a Model S girl, but I have to say that takeoff was pretty impressive. So I have to say for an SUV this size, to take off that quickly, the performance really does it justice. Well, you know what they say, there's nothing like a Tesla, and I have to agree. I still love Tesla. Performance is always the best way to go. If you want to see more videos like this, more EVs, more hybrids, more vehicles, make sure that you subscribe, and remember, nobody beats a deal from PO.